Clint Eastwood. I fucked them. Oh!
Alright, so we can't really talk about the adventures of Ford Fairlane without talking about Andrew Dice fucking Clay, the star of the film. For you uncultured swine, Andrew Dice Clay was a stand-up comedian who rose to prominence in the late 80s, reaching his peak in the early 90s. Around this time, stand-up comics didn't focus so much on jokes as much as they did shtick. Sam Kinison yelled his punchlines, Stephen Wright had dry delivery, The Amazing Jonathan did magic, and Emo Phillips,
I love it here.
Was just weird.
And just as I got the old one taken out, this state trooper pulls me over. Well, I shouldn't make fun of his speech impediment.
Andrew Dice Clay was no different, and had a sort of douchebag New Yorker persona, but also that was just kind of him.
You at no point were you running a gym?
No, running a gym. What,
No,
you
you
need a
didn't take a
workout or
timeout?
something? Jesus fucking Christ, with these guys. I come on the news for 2 seconds, and you want to say, every
All
time
right.
I do an interview, a guy wants to open his fucking mouth. Can't
All right,
even
Andrew,
do a little
thank you
fucking
very much.
routine
We
here.
thought that you
know
could
what?
hold
Go
back.
fuck yourself, you know what?
Now for me personally, Andy Dice's material has always been hit and miss.
Mary had a little lamb she kept in her backyard. When she took her panties off, his woolly dick got hard.
However, that's irrelevant because around this time Hollywood began shoving comics into movies. Eddie Murphy and Richard Pryor had been fucking killing it, with Bobcat Goldthwait, George Carlin, and Sinbad having milder success. Hell, even Whoopi Goldberg won an Oscar around this time. Also, and considering the Dice Man sold out Madison Square Garden in 1990, Hollywood saw potential in the comedian. All he needed was the right vehicle. The Adventures of Ford Fairlane was a serial published by New York Rocker and the LA Weekly. What? Why the fuck have I never heard about that? And developed by a guy named Rex Wiener. Now, I don't know about you guys, but this is fucking news to me. Anyways, this movie actually features a few review dude legends. Directed by Rennie Harlan and starring such talent as Robert Englund, Tone Loc, the bad guy from The Warriors, and Wayne Newton.
Yes, Wayne Newton.
Fuck it, let's just move on. So we open with Andrew Dice Clay and his inner monologue sitting on a beach.
I have the power to get into the hottest clubs, the hottest dressing rooms, and the hottest chicks.
Cool. Yeah, we need to address this up front. Andrew Dice Clay is like the coolest fucking guy in this movie.
Hey, you're that guy, the private eye.
You're a poet and didn't know it. Oh!
Also, he's not that fucking cool.
But I was about to get a case of the Black Plague. Not the disease that killed 1 billion peasants in the 1300s. Something much scarier.
That was weird. This is a comedy, right? So we cut to 5 nights ago and Vince Neil of Motley Crue fame, who plays Bobby Black, leading frontman to the Black Plague, a terrible hair metal band that sounds suspiciously like Motley Crue. Look, I'm just gonna be upfront with you guys. The song sounds like shit. Anyways, Vince Neil drops dead, kicking off the plot of the movie. We're then teased with Ford Fairlane, even though we've already been introduced to him technically. I guess we gotta wait on the face reveal. God damn, he's so fucking cool. Not only is his name Ford Fairlane, he drives a Ford Fairlane and wears a fucking Ford Fairlane on his jacket. And if you tell him to stop smoking indoors,
I gotta ask you to put that out, dude. Nobody smokes anymore. Thanks, man.
he's still gonna smoke indoors. That's dope, Ford. Giving people cancer's dope. He's so fucking cool, he even breaks the fourth wall.
Hey, look, write down my number. 555
6321. Got it?
Wait a minute. 555's not a real number. They only use that in the movies.
No shit, honey. What do you think this is? Real life?
More like breaking your fist on the fourth wall.
Hey, it's Ford Fairlane! Your money!
Mr. Rock and Roll Detective.
I couldn't find a handle on a coffee cup.
And what are your names? Neil and Bob? Is that like what you do, eh?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. Ford Fairlane is the rock and roll detective, which sounds so fucking lame it makes Pet Detective sound badass in comparison.
Some redhead's been bothering that girl group, you know, the Pussycats. Been showing up at that concert.
The motherfucking time. Josie.
Boy, wonder if this could be our guy.
Deceitful bitches.
He's guilty of anything, it's killing the art of subtlety.
Last dance, Mr. Rock and Roll Detective.
You're 10 seconds away from the most embarrassing moment of your life.
I mean, even though he's tearing up the place, nobody makes a big deal out of it.
Come on, Ford. This shit's getting old, man.
Even when he shoots a gun indoors. He gets like 2 chicks right after.
Clint Eastwood. I fucked them. Oh!
Oh my god. Is this guy cooler than Xander Cage?
I live for this shit.
Nah. He's close though. For the common man, waking up with 2 chicks is a pretty rare opportunity. But for Ford Fairlane,
It was Tuesday.
we're then introduced to the kid, who unfortunately sees Ford Fairlane as a role model.
Why you always fucking with me?
Excuse me. You say the F word again, I'll bang you right the fuck out. You understand me? Now get the fuck out of here.
See, the joke there is that he told him not to use the F word and then proceeded to use the F word several times himself. Ford Fairlane, everybody.
You know, Ford, sometimes you can be a real dick.
Dick, fuck. What kind of kid are you?
We get a cameo by Tone Loc.
Why don't you guys take it across the street to 7-Eleven? I'm popping a fucking brain vessel.
Oh, well, if your big old pair producer clients were there to show a little brilliance, they would sign my ass up on that mini ball tour, and I'd be touring all around the world. In 1990 would be a most glorious year, you know what I'm saying?
And I'm assuming working with a rock and roll detective inspired him to work with a pet detective.
Excuse me. I'd like to ask you a few questions.
Well, that was the second time I brought up Ace Ventura.
Now, you pay. It's called citizen's castration. Next time it'll be for real.
You stupid Sal's Pizza, garlic breath smelling motherfucker. Today is the last day of the rest of your life.
However, Ford isn't paid for solving the case.
Well, money's fine, really.
Bye, Ford.
In fact, he isn't paid for a lot of his cases.
Very scary.
Rock stars. Going out of my mind dealing with rock stars. I don't make money, I make gifts.
I don't know about you guys, but I don't mind being paid with a koala bear. I'll take that deal.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take that damn food processor that Neil Diamond gave me. I'm gonna make koala burgers, right? With koala chips and koala dip. That's what I think.
You're breaking my heart, Ford.
Luckily, we don't have to witness that because he gets a call from guess fucking who.
Hi, is this Chevy Nova? Is this the car I want to speak to? Johnny Crunch here, KDRT. You know, K-Dirt, you schmuck. You know, I'm the guy who had sex with your prom date the very night before the prom.
Side note, there's a subplot about a radio station calling people, and if someone answers saying,
It paid dirt with K-Dirt.
then they receive $1 million. Or a fancy trip or something. I don't know, I really wasn't paying attention. So he meets with his old friend Gilbert Gottfried to discuss the details of a case. What were you expecting? Roseanne Barr?
Suzuki Samurai. You Bensonhurst piece of shit.
Iago then explains that he wants Ford to track down a girl named Zuzu Petals, and that apparently it's his daughter. But you can't bullshit a bullshitter.
I don't take cases with foundations and bullshit, Johnny. They're hard to walk around in.
Okay, you found me out.
Level with me, Johnny.
All right, she's my sister. She's my daughter. She's my sister and my daughter.
But then he just offers him a shitload of money.
No dessert until after you finish your dinner.
A prospect that sends Ford over the fucking moon.
Money, 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 money.
But before he can celebrate, shit goes south at the radio station like as soon as he fucking leaves.
Oh my God! Someone shot my engineer! Hey! Hey! Let go of the mic! What are you doing? Hey! Someone call the cops!
Ford desperately tries to save Gilbert Gottfried, but Gilbert got fried. We're then introduced to Ed O'Neill, who's like an actual real cop and fucking hates Ford Fairlane.
You think you're so hot because you get in all the clubs, huh? Just because you have sex with great looking women. You think you're so hot just because you broke the Ensenada tape piracy ring.
Good question, Aguado.
Ed O'Neill is a very funny guy.
For the rest of eternity, you'll never see your family again.
This is heaven.
But here...
Booty time, across the USA. Booty time, hey, hey, hey.
Not so much. You have to really try to make Ed O'Neill not funny. Like, that takes talent.
Well, what you don't know is that a steady diet of weenie tots will cause you to spend eternity in the bathroom.
Why do you think I love him?
Also, to remind us that Ford is a detective and does detective-y things, he finds a clue in the form of a random name written down on a piece of paper. I mean, that could have been like literally anything, but luckily it's related to the case. A bit convenient, but I'll buy it. With Gilbert Gottfried dead, we actually get a softer side to Ford Fairlane. But don't get me wrong, his soft side is also his hard side. Oh!
This ain't no social call, man. $100 to find my dad.
What? What? Did he just say what I think he said?
Man, don't worry. I got a clue. See this ring on my finger? Well, before my old lady ran off to Baja, she told me that my dad had this exact same ring.
Holy Colonel Mustard.
Ah yes, another cliche. The old side case that definitely won't tie into the main case whatsoever.
Can't believe I took the money.
But this wouldn't be a noir ripoff without the plot thickening. So ladies and gentlemen, the plot thickening.
Here, take this picture.
No thanks. I got my own.
Excuse me?
This plot's as thick as my dick.
Let's see. You're her worried sister, right? Yesterday, I met a worried father, who, by the way, is about 5 years younger than you. Then I capped off the evening by watching this guy go up like a pack of firecrackers. They write about cases like this in the Private Eye Handbook, honey.
Unless that handbook is planning on giving a job, I doubt Ford Fairlane's read it.
You know, speaking of stains, I was just discussing bleaches with my good friend, Dot Mooney.
Who?
Oh gee, I guess you could say he got no dice with that clue. So Ford's back on the case and asks Morris Day for info.
Zuzu Pedals. Never seen him before.
Look, I get it, Morris Day's a popular guy, but maybe actually do some detective work. He then decides to make fun of a record producer named Julian Grendel.
But then again, Julie Grendel thinks Jethro Tull's one of the Beverly Hillbillies.
Played by Wayne fucking Newton.
My mother always said that you can't say something nice about someone. Make sure they're out of the goddamn room.
Now, if you can't tell by the lighting, Wayne Newton is clearly the bad guy.
Sorry to hear about Bobby Black.
Terrible thing. But a great career move.
But by all means, let's pretend there's still a mystery.
No, I was just discussing this whole Troy thing with my old buddy, Art Mooney. You know?
Anyways, let's talk about this gorgeous woman here named Kyle Troy.
Hey, great pipes, huh? I've heard cats fuck with more harmony than this kid.
Tell me about it. The name's Kyle Troy.
No one likes Kyle Troy.
What is this asshole smiling about?
Well, goddammit, you're looking at Kyle Troy's biggest fan. I'm gonna be the one girl should have went triple fucking platinum.
What is this? I'm gonna be, what is that shit, huh? I could crack my knuckles with more rhythm than that. I mean,
What, you want something more conventional? Luckily, the Dice Man has you covered.
I got a 65 Cadillac, spare tire on my back, charge called to gold blacks, but I ain't got you.
Yeah, I bet you weren't expecting a fucking musical number, huh?
I got the tab at the liquor store. I hit the number 444. I got a mojo. Don't you know I'm all dressed up and no place to go. I got women to the left of me. I got women to the right of me. I got tits all around me. But I ain't got you. I ain't got you.
Anyways, Ford decides to check out Gilbert Gottfried's boat for more clues.
Connie and me.
I'm a big Lassie fan, so I figured I'd take a break. I hope it's the one where yow!
I'm a pitbull. I'm a pitbull.
I hope there's never a day where a Gilbert Gottfried sex tape is considered a clue.
Hello, hello.
Robert Englund, everyone. It's Ford v. Freddy time, and Andrew Dice Clay welcomes Robert Englund to the prime time, bitch. So Ford crashes Wayne Newton's fancy party to tell Priscilla Presley he saw her sex tape with Gilbert Gottfried.
Johnny Crunch was a good friend of mine. He didn't bark like a dog for me. However, I want to know why he had to die.
Look, no one told you to solve a murder. Just find a girl.
I guess Priscilla Presley wasn't Priscilla Impressly? There's a wacky joke when Ford eats something gross, and it gets even funnier when Wayne Newton tries to talk to him.
Well, I must say, you're an island of reality and an ocean of diarrhea.
And when he passes the food into Jazz's mouth. Shit, dog, that's comedy gold.
Say hello to my assistant, Jazz.
Ford, I think that somebody's trying to rip my company off.
I mean, surely he's not trying to throw Ford off his trail. And Priscilla Presley gives Jazz a CD. Is it a Jazz CD?
Play that funky music, white boy. It's a computer disc. Let me check it out.
Intriguing. However, Ford needs to find Zuzu.
Look at that.
A bit convenient, but I'll buy it. So he Ford Fairlanes his way down to Vince Neil's funeral and starts asking groupies.
Ever see this chick around?
Is this a trick question?
Zuzu pedals? Zuzu pedals? Yes!
A bit convenient, but I'll buy it.
Talk to me.
I don't know.
Talk to me!
I'm so scared. Help me.
Hey, baby, a simple thank you would suffice.
Fuck you.
Zuzu then tries to run away from Ford, but instead runs right into the arms of Robert Englund. But don't worry, he wouldn't leave.
Leave without saying goodbye. Watch out, get
Ford attempts to chase him down, but someone slashed the tires on his Fairlane. So he steals a hearse. Mom! Oh gee, you could tell that plan wasn't rehearsed. So Jazz calls Ford to tell him about alimony problems between Priscilla Presley and Wayne Newton. But obviously Ford has his hands tied with Robert Englund.
Hold on, I got another call. Hold on. Yeah, hello, Smiley. Look, I'm sorry, that was my assistant.
Your assistant is quite special. I look forward to raping her at your funeral.
Ooh, that's harsh. Long story short, everyone crashes.
Are you mad?
I'm ecstatic.
Ed O'Neill still isn't funny.
See, that's the difference between a great investigator like me and a piece of spam like you.
And despite having a TV crash on his head and crashing into an open grave, Robert Englund still isn't dead.
Lieutenant? Yeah, there's no one in the limo, sir.
What?
Luckily for us, though, Ford has Zuzu.
Bobby and his friend, Colleen's lover, Johnny Crunch, find out about a little scheme. She has him killed. If that's so, who the hell are you?
Zuzu pedals?
Unlucky for him, she's unbelievably stupid in that I don't believe it sort of way.
My sweetheart!
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, the plot thickening. Oh fuck! They killed the koala bear!
Zuzu!
Unfortunately, that nor the microwave bomb killer.
Well, maybe it was just a pot pie.
They also blow up Ford Fairlane's Ford Fairlane. Are we counting that as a joke? And after hitchhiking only for a few minutes, he gets picked up by a fan, who not only picks him up, but brings him back to a sorority house where he's worshipped like a fucking god. A bit convenient, but I'll buy you. Ford calls Jazz to brag, but she's busy being held hostage. Actually, Ford don't give a shit, cause, you know, pussy.
I see. 1, 2, 3.
However, the plot catches up with him anyway. Ford then randomly spots Jazz walking down the street, despite her being tossed out of a window like a sack of fucking potatoes. Just spots her walking in front of him in all of LA. A bit convenient. It's at this point they find out Zuzu has another CD.
It's good. It's really avant-garde, and you can dance to it. Just go like, buzz, buzz, buzz.
So the case is starting to come together, which is good because I'm getting tired of writing this review. Unfortunately, Ford is convinced Priscilla Presley is the mastermind.
Queen Colleen, you're here just in time to see me do what I refer to as solving the case. It's cute. I think you'll like it.
But, you know, plot thickening.
Oddvox? Julian smuggling oddvox into the country.
Art!
Artichokes?
Art! Mooney! Stupid!
Thanks. I needed that.
Wayne Newton starts asking Ford about a third CD.
3 CDs? Shit. Just start torturing me, man. I didn't even know Johnny had a disc. I'm not in the mood for any of that, don't play games with me, Mr. Fairlane bullshit.
Don't play games with me, Mr.
He then proceeds to explain his dastardly plan in a very Bison-esque manner.
Well, before Kyle Troy does his first set, Don will have his head blown off. Next week, the newspapers will reveal that Don was partners with Bobby Cully and Johnny in the Grindle record scam. And he killed him to pay off some debt to the mob or something lame like that. And then he got iced. It's a lot more tasteful than it sounds.
And after launching Ford's guitar out of a fucking window, Wayne Newton rolls out to make the climax of the film on time. The Dice Man then escapes due to Scooby-Doo logic.
And now I'm on top of the Capitol Records building. So much for climbing down the fire escape shit.
Why does he sound fucking surprised? Like he fucking walked there.
Johnny and Colleen were lucky to be dead, barking together in that big chuck wagon in the sky. At least they know who the fuck Art Mooney was. I'm losing my mind.
Anyways, Ford and Pazuzu start scaling down the building when Robert Englund shows up.
Hello.
That is until, ladies and gentlemen, the plot thickens.
The ring!
The ring!
The kid! It's the kid's father!
It is the one for the Tooth Fairy! Kill! Kill!
If you don't mind, I'm a little pressed for time. Thank you.
My head.
So, Wayne Newton tries to kill Morris Day, but not on Ford Fairlane's fucking watch.
Somebody tell me what the fuck is going on, like slowly?
Okay, that's my new favorite clip. The movie was worth reviewing for that fucking clip alone.
Somebody tell me what the fuck is going on, like slowly?
Ford rushes in to punch Wayne Newton, but everybody leaves Jazz to fight a henchman.
For a fair fight, huh? Maybe not.
And like almost fucking dies.
I used to be just like you, abusing women to hide my emotional insecurities.
So they bust Wayne Newton and set him on fire.
You're fired, Julie.
Ed O'Neill's still not funny.
Cause it's booty time. Booty time.
And the day is saved, but I guess Ford wanted Jazz? What the fuck?
Anybody see my assistant, Jazz?
She left. Said something about you being a real asshole.
Ford returns home to relax.
I was just gonna take a nice, long nap.
Hello? Hello.
Oh, come on, we were this close. This close to finishing the fucking movie, Robert.
I don't believe this.
God damn your plot thread.
What are you talking about?
You know you're the kid's father because you got the fucking Flintstone ring.
I stole it. From some idiot in Fresno that I strangled last year.
Oh. Well, thank you.
You paid dirt with K-Dirt.
Hey, this is Bobby Ouch, K-Dirt's hottest new DJ. You've just won the K-Dirt $1 Million giveaway.
No shit.
Well, everyone lives happily ever after, including the koala bear.
You didn't really think we'd kill the fucking koala bear now, did you?
I honestly don't give a shit. This movie's not great. Andrew Dice Clay's shtick wears thin real fast. They clearly went for the noir shit, and to a fault. The inner monologue, the two cases that are somehow connected, even the kid character is a fucking ripoff of Dick Tracy. That being said, I still get a few kicks out of this. Some of the jokes actually land, and the cast is at least interesting. And believe it or not, this movie actually landed Rennie Harlin the gig for Die Hard 2, which began filming only 2 fucking months after finishing principal photography on Ford Fairlane. This movie may be only getting a 2.5 out of 5, but let's leave it on a positive note with inspiring words from Andrew Dice Clay.
No, because just let me say this, because I always believe that you could take yourself and put yourself. No, I get choked up because, you put yourself where you want to be. And, you want... No, wait a minute. You put yourself where you want to be, and I broke my ass for 12 years. And tomorrow when that movie opens, the country's gonna see it and they're gonna laugh their asses off. And that's what it's about.
Ooh, that's harsh.
Let me tell you who Dice Clay is. Let me tell you who Dice Clay is. Dice Clay's a man that came out here and worked his ass off for 10 years. Dice is a man who took Fonzie's jacket, Stallone's attitude, and Kinnison jokes and had to watch his own movie. That's who Dice is. Oh.